We have made fire.
I was out west for about a month, and as fun as it would have been, I did not spend all month just walking around Yellowstone. First off, my back would have really hurt, and on top of that, it started to get a little cold towards the end of the time that I was out there, so that would have been kind of uncomfortable. So what we did is we traveled around a little bit and saw a few other places. One place that I really liked and we did spend a good amount of time in was Big Sky, Montana. Some of you might have heard of Big Sky before. It has, like, you know, this giant mountain and is apparently one of the largest ski areas in the United States. There was no snow while we were there though, so we were definitely there at the wrong time of year. So I did a few things while I was there, but one of the things that I did the most was hike. The first one that we did was Ousel Falls. Overall, this hike was really, really great because first off, the trails were, like, you know, almost paved. It was really great. And you get back there and there's a waterfall, hence Ousel Falls. Apparently it's really spectacular to see at the end of the winter during the spring when, like, there's, like, mountain water, like, gushing over the edge of the falls, but there was still a significant amount of water coming over this thing while we were there. And we walked down and looked up at it, and then we kind of went up and looked down at it. We sat there for a few minutes. It was really neat. As far as waterfalls go, it wasn't Niagara Falls, but it was definitely pretty cool. And the hike in really isn't that bad. Maybe a little bit of hills, but compared to some of the other hikes we did, Yellowstone, it was quite easy. So another hike that we did is actually one that I believe National Geographic highlighted as one of the best hikes in the United States, if not the world. It's called Beehive Basin. I only saw one bee, but there are flowers, kind of plants, that just cover this whole area, and I think that most of the flowers had kind of died off by the time we'd gotten there, so we couldn't see those. But during the spring, and probably during the summer too, I imagine that there are tons of flowers and probably equally as many bees. From the get-go, it's fairly steep. The elevation change, I believe we figured out, was about 2,000 feet, which is pretty insane for a hike. And I think that it was about 3-4 miles in, with 6 miles total being the amount of the hike. There was a few places where we really had to slow down just because of the elevation, but overall the trail was really well marked and it was totally worth it. Someone told us that there was a lake up there, and I was, you know, a lake, expecting a lake. We got up and it was kind of just a big puddle. Yeah, it was a neat puddle, don't get me wrong, but it was a puddle. We got up there and we sat and we just overlooked this view of this pond for probably like 2 hours. It was definitely worth just sitting there and looking at, because you know how there's things that you don't want to leave them. They're that awesome looking, and you just sit there and you look at it, even though it's not changing. It's amazing. Whatever. The thing that was really cool about this area is they kind of had some, like, walls of rock that were pretty easy to, like, climb up if you're really into rock climbing, or just stupid like me and decide you want to climb up them. I think probably doing it with a rope is a good idea, but you could do it without a rope, no problem. And I actually started to, until my friend convinced me that me getting life flighted off of a mountain, probably not a great idea. One of the last hikes that we did when we were there was one that I don't think is as popular, but I think it was the best hike that we did the entire time. This hike is called Lava Lake. This is our trailhead, and we are going to be heading up this trail here and going to Lava Lake. We hiked and we hiked and we hiked. Okay. Hi everyone, we are at Lava Lake, and this is probably one of the most awesome hikes that we've been on since we've been here. It's about 3 miles in, and now we are at the lake, and I'm sitting on top of a rock. Not really sure how I'm gonna get down, but check out that view. It was basically like this giant lake, a real lake this time, not the fake lake like the one that they said that we'd see at Beehive Basin. We kind of walked around the periphery of the lake a little bit. We sat there and we just tried to get different views of looking at the lake with the mountains because it was awesome. No matter where you sat, like with the mountains in the background,
Looks like
and
everybody's enjoying
you just wanted to sit there and stay forever. You never know when you're gonna see something that beautiful again, and so you kind of want to take it in the best that you can. We went down the mountain and we probably scared about every hiker and every animal in a 50-mile radius because we took it upon ourselves to sing Disney songs at the top of our voices while running down the mountain trail.
There's more to see than can ever be seen.
Another friend. Ah! You killed your friend again.
Oh. We got to sleep in beds at night, so that was.
I made a friend. And she dropped him again.
Oh wow! He's so cool. He looks like a bee.
One sort of thing that we did on one of the days that was kind of rainy is we went to the Museum of the Rockies. And the Museum of the Rockies is in Bozeman. It's affiliated with the University of Montana, and it's pretty much like a natural history museum, and it has some art stuff as well. Different things for the kids, things that the adults will enjoy. I had a lot of fun. They have quite the exhibit with all the dinosaur bones and all the paleontology stuff. And it's the area in which it's placed, you know, Montana, Wyoming. This has huge amounts of dinosaur bones in general. So, I mean, obviously they're gonna have quite a few. And we went through and we saw all of those. We got to have some fun with some of the toys. Yeah.
How are you? We want to show you the museum. It's right over here, and it's very interesting.
I'm Mr. Longneck.
And there's blood coming out.
He's giving him a hug.
Yeah, look at his talons. Did you see the blood?
Okay, this is really weird. We are in the women's bathroom in the museum, and you have to see this because it's just like being in Sochi. Remember the Olympics in Russia? They were always joking about the two stalls in the bathrooms. Yeah, I'm in the women's stall. It's here, see? And this is what's up. That's one toilet, and that's another. Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. It was really cool. I would highly suggest going and visiting if you get the chance. Maybe in the winter you could have a lot of fun, but in the summer you could have loads of fun as well. Fly fishing, mountain biking, hiking, whatever it is, that whole area seems to be the place to do any of it. And then skiing in the winter, obviously. Yeah, so, guess this is the end. Yeah. So make sure that you subscribe to my videos if you like me, and so you can keep hearing about fun things that I'm doing. And make sure you give me a thumbs up if you like what I had to say, even if you don't want to subscribe. And leave a comment in the comment box below if you have any questions or suggestions about places that I should see in Boston or anywhere else. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching. Bye!
I'm a frog. That was pretty good. Let's see the frog. Okay, let's turn it on. Here, I'll start. I'll just do a shape, and you go from there. What is that? Jellyfish. Oh, it's a jellyfish!